Hello everybody! Today is gonna be quick, just like I wrote in the chat, simply because some of us have a academy meeting with Tom a little bit later. So plus we don't really have a lot to talk about. Today's market is rather flat. I mean, kinda, sort of. I mean, we opened up with this decent gap that most of you know that now is a chore that we have to close. So all in all, it's not all that surprising that we got a nothing burger kind of day, and we're probably gonna see that price action subsequently close this. But let's see how true that really is. Right now, we're seeing more bearish, more kind of like sketchy bearish momentum on the 5 minutes. So results in this sort of sideways movement below SMA, below 155-minute SMA. So not what you're looking for really. But there is an interesting tendency that it's going to start appearing here. We're starting to see a bit of convergence here of the forces. Basically, the bullish momentum is breaking down. You can see is recessive, not dominant, right? Weaker, if you will. So we're having bearish momentum take dominance. 45 minutes, likewise, kind of sketchy in the between, more bullish. Pardon me. Hourly more bearish. So what we're getting is kind of this very noisy market, switching between the smaller time frames. Pardon me, give me a second. Sorry. So switching over between the time frames, we can see that it's kind of sketchy. It's nothing. That's why it's a nothing burger at the end of the day. We're really seeing nothing for the last couple of days. Some of it looks more, more reddish, and well, it's a nothing burger. We're still waiting. Those of you who know really are waiting for the monthly structure to start showing one way or another, which will happen in 3 days. So it's not all that surprising that we're basically seeing the market do a whole nothing burger here, and we're waiting to see how this will pan out, whether Greg is wrong, right, whatever. Well, the market will go for a shorter correction, longer correction, what is in the cards. Even we're gonna be moving slowly towards the bottom of the median channel. That gives us about 5,300. Again, this could be steeper, it could be faster, right? Result with, let's say, 5,200 ish. So it depends on how swift this is, or rather what will be the process. We know we have generated various supports and resistances, including gaps and a whole bunch of headache we've created within this range that, as you can imagine, this movement to the downside shouldn't be all that swift, and it could be, but it's very unlikely. Let's not assess for the swift movement unless we have a substantial reason to believe in that. Otherwise, we could believe that what makes a lot more sense, which is a very gradual, sort of slow decline, testing and closing these various gaps, testing these various supports and resistances, and well, not smoothly just dropping $500, $600, right? That's not what we're expecting. It's more of a slow process, respecting all of these various supports and resistances, or at least the vast majority of them. Yeah, that's I'm sorry to say, like I said, today is a nothing burger, and I've said this before that we're probably, inching towards the elections. It's going to be a lot more boring. I just felt like it's going to be really weird of me not to do anything, right? And you guys just kind of leaving you guys hanging and not bringing you up to speed. I think we can go with questions and tickers as we usually do, since we really don't have anything all that substantial going on. So yeah, we can dedicate some of this time to talking to you boys and girls before we need to jump in. I hope, Johnny, don't worry. Those of you guys who missed today's hangout for the Patreons, don't worry. We're going to have many more of these. Just make sure you are a Patreon. Make sure you are following the channels on Discord, and that will you'll be able to join them. I was planning to start and do more of these a long time ago. It's just that, life comes in the way, so don't worry, we're gonna have plenty of these. It's just that the fact that I was not making a lot of these so far, it's because, well, life works out the way it does. Doesn't mean we're not planning to have plenty of these, so don't worry about it. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Mamba, you want to do Apple? Let's do Apple. I actually have Apple right here. Apple didn't change much since we looked at it for the last time. Obviously, you have that unpleasant gap right there, which I let's see if I'm thinking it's gonna get closed, but I suspect it will get closed, right? You can see how neatly it sits right above that range of the channel, which is longer duration one, right? You can see we're establishing it. The standard deviation you get on this side will be equal to this side. This is why you may be seeing some discrepancy and them not matching. This is normal. Those who know. Now, it's established based on the bottom support, same standard deviation, but that's what the principle of the linear regression is. I would argue that you're probably gonna get this closed, like I said, probably somewhere in the near-term future, so 35 inbound-ish, 35, 36, whatever that is. Maybe retesting some of these areas. I do see you still have a leftover gap right there, so I'm not going to be surprised if you're going to match that, which is, again, 30, high 30s. Nothing really changed. Your actual support is, by the way, sitting right here at 217. Right here. Your actual longer duration support sits somewhere around here at 217-ish. Right, let's just call it whatever. You also have a gap right there to close, right nearby. This leftover gap it was like a funnel gap I see right there happened. If you're wondering what am I talking about, there was a big gap, that then most of it was closed, and then you ended up with a small gap, right? Kind of this sort of thing, right? This sort of thing, right? Funnel gap. All right, so you still have that. You have this, which is beautiful, 222 area and 223. So yeah, you still have all these wonderful chores to take care of, but your actual support sits at around 217, and once the market correction initiates, if we're expecting a market correction coming in with the next, weeks, days, whatever it will take, Apple will get wet just like the rest of them. So we are talking lots of pain, and we are talking the first 200 area. Psychological level, you have the 217. Of course, you're going to have the 200 level being tested to death. It is right here. Let's just right there. You're going to have a very strong support resistance. You already saw it play a part right here. Less, you don't really see it here, but let's see, you're probably going to find it. Here you go. Not a big surprise. Those were attempts to make it to the 200 probably. I'm doubtful about this one, but still probably. Yeah, so, market is aware of psychological levels. That's it. That was the... Now, since we're, 1 hour, yeah, probably. But the market is definitely aware of it. More so what warrants us to test it again and again and again, because I would argue that we didn't confirm it enough, and it's probably going to get retested, especially strong psychological levels such as 200. So I believe that level will get tested relatively soon. That is, let's see what's the indicator saying. I mean, fuck what I believe. I'm a moron, right? Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. What? I know, the funny thing is, I know actually, since Apple is as old-ish, as old as, some of the older companies in the S&P, you're going to find that they actually match. Unlike some of the newer ones like Tesla and Palantir, you're going to find a match. Look at the structure where you're going to look at the monthly right here. Wait, was it the 3 months? No, it was the monthly. Yeah, it was like the monthly when you're getting basically far too hot. You're matching this with this-ish, right? So, wink, wink, coincidence. Yeah, that is your Apple. Apple, Schnapple. Let's go do it. Where? ASML? No, ASML. Tesla? Was that the thing? Where? You wanted AMD. Do I have AMD open somewhere around here? No, I don't. Let's do AMD right here. Let's do AMD. AMD. That is the wrong layout. I probably should go to a different layout. We'll go to this layout and then do AMD. That will be a lot better for us, right? Right. Now let's do AMD. AMD. So a cool off period, what seems to be a bit of a cool off right here on the monthly chart, which means it's a significant cool off, right? You started building a downwards trend here. Obviously, if you're attentive about the true price range, you're going to realize that really the price moved from here to here. That was your actual thing, right? You see how substantial it is? It is very substantial. And I mean, if you really want to be accurate about it, I mean, we can look at this. I think this tool should give me the actual data. Yes, there you go. You dropped there 40% right there, and that wonderful drop right there. And you lost there $105. So quite steep, over 5 bars, 5 months. Yeah, under the 70-degree downwards. No one cares about that one. I mean, some do, you won't. Alrighty. So that's what we got from that movement. So you're getting after quite a substantial movement to the downside, you're getting a cool off. Normal. You are, in fact, this is that cool off period. So, upside, obvious upside, since you have this gap at least to close, you're probably going to build up shows. Again, remember, if the asset is positive and it has momentum, sure, until the market breaks, it has all the time in the world to do whatever it needs to do. Do we have any gaps here left? No, I think that gap was closed. Maybe there is there's nothing there. It's gone. You have this one obviously above your head, which is right here. I wonder if it's a true gap or, yeah, there's a bunch. So there's a bunch of gaps there. I'm not going to be surprised if your price action that we're seeing right here on the daily will give you enough effect to actually close some of these gaps, moving into that 177 range. Let me see, 177. Yeah, if it's gonna end up there, it's probably gonna close that. Yep. You're gonna close all that beautiful stuff you have right there. That is a bit suspicious, all of it, because you have a lot more to do. Your weekly is still on an uptrend, so that makes sense. What is that, 180? Yeah. You probably do have enough momentum to close the vast majority of gaps all the way towards this one. And if you're going to make it right below it, I'm going to be surprised if the market would not want to close it. Question is, if the market decides that it's going to start crashing right here, boohoo, you're never going to make it, right? So be attentive to the overall market. But I would also expect some retests on these higher ranges, right? Which is median. Those who understand, there's like a median line here. Yeah. So yeah, your area is about the 200s, where you coincidentally have a whole bunch of gaps, still upside trend. So actually AMD is positive. Alrighty, that's AMD for ya. Let's look at Palantir. Palantir is doing 45 we saw today. It is actually doing the 45, right? It's testing Z45. Who could have known it's going to be an actual resistance? Who could have known? I mean, if this is not indicative of a resistance right there, and this is not black magic, you tell me what is? Which we know have been tested before. Can we get the privilege of going to see? Oh no, we were close to 45. Right, we never really tested it. Right. We were close, but we tested it right there, somewhere. I hope it will let me go that far. Actually, screw that. Why be so annoying? Oh my god, you guys cannot see shit in my chart. So here, the 45. Here, the 45, you see? Coincidentally, the market will always find the matching spot. You see? Magic, right? You see how magic? This is very big magic, right? So you see magic, magic. What was that? February 2021. On the 27th, no, sorry, 27th of February of January, 28th of January, 28th, yes, around that time. So you see, this is already a known support and resistance level, really no secret. So the fact of the matter that we're testing it right now, yeah, you are now tremendously zoomed out. Look at it like this way, yeah. So we're testing that level, and slowly, you know, starting to stutter, right? You start to see some stutteries. Well, maybe they were super bullish and no one knows. But really, we know that we know because we've seen this weird pattern right here. You see this? And you see that. That is not coincidence. Or if you want to call this coincidence, then I have a bridge to sell you, some of the guys like to say. Alrighty. I know my chart looks horrible. I'm sorry. It's important. It's a good chart. It's a good chart. I like it this way. Yeah, target 2040 tops, not millions. Mamba, you're good. You're good. I like your attitude. Where are you on the Discord? Show up. Have fun with us, man. Not showing up at all. If you want, thinking about December leap. Me don't want leaps. You know I don't do leaps. I don't want to do. You know. What is that, Leo? What is that? You want us to look at ELF? Elf on the shelf. I actually like that. That's not necessarily a bad idea. If that's what you meant, right? Leo, am I on point here? Are we looking at the right thing? Leo. Is this the ELF you wanted me to look at? Because I think I might already like it. Happy Monday. Tomas, hello. No, wait, that's Thomas. That's Thomas. No, let's not confuse Thomas with Tomas. Hello. Ori, hello, good to see you. Palantir short term. Wait, we just did Palantir. Ori, don't tell me you just logged in. If you just logged in, literally just rewind like 4 minutes. I swear, we were just going over Palantir just a second ago. That was the last thing. Okay, look at this, right? Okay, look at this. This is the weekly of Palantir, and this is the monthly of the S&P. Yeah? If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. At this point, you might go fight face-to-face lions if this does not scare you. Right? This is Palantir. Right? Very scary, right? And this is S&P. We're on the same page right there. Okay. So ELF for Leo right there. Leo, let's go let's do ELF for you. ELF. When was that? That is 2022. Okay, when was that? Why is this? What is this? Oh, I see. Okay. To 1977. Well, that doesn't. Still, I prefer it anyways. Where is my right? I'm stupid, of course. I was about to say, where's my linear regressions? You have a whole bunch of gaps that are suspiciously intertwined with your 150 daily moving average, which is not surprising. Well, this is not great for you, though. This is already not that positive, being where you are, testing the 50% of this range. So you are not having a fun time, aren't you? with that one, Leo. You're testing median right here on the weekly. We can track it down. You're Leo, I think the way that's starting to look like is you're gonna test that wonderful. You already are testing it, right? To be more precise, I mean, look at this going on, right? Let's sort of mark it for you, so we can trace it down a little bit better, right? I'm a bit sorry for my inability to do anything straight like a normal human being. And let's do that and place it right there-ish, kinda. Just for us to kind of see it, right? Let's make it even thicker. Right? We can see this. Let's go deeper. Deeper. We can see that price action is being held up very, very nicely, of course, with slippages, probably retesting various support. Well, in this instance, it was the top of the gap right there, we see. So, but in essence, you're still now being contained within this negative wedge. You're probably gonna end up respecting, retesting this 114 again and again and again. So this is where you're at. This is your, and this wonderful thing that you're seeing here potentially, right? This, in fact, to be more, it's kind of this potential thing. That is that potential thing with some noise here and maybe a retest of that, solidifying that you're, I don't know how far you'll be able to move within that wedge depending on your timing, but this is indicative of a movement down, retest. Given the fact that you are still rather bullish on your monthly, if market will be permissive, you will retest that 143.39 area. If the market will be permissive, given it's a golden pocket, it's very strong, you're probably going to end up testing it. Easily can see some sort of thing, but depends whether the market will give you that time, right? That's kind of, that's you, sir. That is you, sir. Was a minute behind. No, what do you mean? You should rewatch then. What do you mean? What do you mean? I've explained it all, Leo. Come on. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, sir. Join in, smash the like. Yeah, absolutely. Smash the like. We have exactly 14 people here. It's basically the hardcore proper community members. The rest wonder why they miss out on everything and don't know jack shit. Okay, it's their problem. I mean, you're already starting to smell the greenery here, but again, if the market will give you enough time, you will do that and only then break, which coincidentally also matches with this principle of head and shoulders idea that we're having here, right? A two-headed monster that you got. It depends on the time frame. It really is still ahead. Ignore the fact that it's a double peak. It still is a single peak, if you will, or perceived by the market. Double-headed monster. I'm gonna have some shoulder here, which not really gonna be within this level, right? It's gonna be that level. Yeah, that's what you're getting, buddy. Hello, my man. Hello. All right. We did ELF. Right. I think we've covered the tickers of the day. We don't have a lot of time. Soon most of us will have to run because we have an academy meeting with Tom. Those who want to know how to sign up to Tom's academy, I can't. Why doesn't it ask me if I want to delete everything? What happened now? What's going on? All right, now now it's like, no, keep it. Okay. Sure, why not? Hit like. Johnny, yo, what's up? Microsoft. You want to do Microsoft? Let's do Microsoft, Johnny. We've done Microsoft. Microsoft is a famous one on in our parts. We like Microsoft. Why is my linear regression off? What is this bullshit? Bullshit. I call bullshit on this one. Bullshiza. Don't worry, I can curse as much as I want. My channel is still not yet monetized properly. I wonder if YouTube has anything against Israeli YouTubers. Wink, wink. I mean, it's taking them forever to just anything and everything. And my channel is definitely not being pushed by the algorithm. I mean, let's just be honest about this thing. All right. So get ready, boys and girls. Soon we're going to drop off. We're going to have to go and watch. Well, those of us who are signed up to Tom's Academy, those who want to know, I will post right now in a jiffy right here. This is the link to Tom's Patreon. This is where you sign up to Tom's Academy. It's only $35 a month, and it is cheap as dirt, basically. And the value and the knowledge that you're going to gain from this thing is literally worth in the thousands of dollars. And even more. It's hard to put a price on this thing. So those who are not there, you're lost. All I'm going to say. Let's look at what now we have to look at. This is this is not great. At face value, it looks almost as if it's trying to be bullish, but it's that same fakery we're seeing on all the time frames. It is basically a cool-off period. This is almost that transition. You don't see it when it's being smushed and squished this way, but the indicator cannot lie. The indicator recognizes what's truly going on. And so you're starting to see, although basically this cool-off period just kind of makes it all seem as if, but really what we're going here is towards a very, very slow transition that is visible right there from what seems to be bullish to actually bearish. In fact, it's already visible. Here it is, bearish becoming dominant. It's just that it's slow. The true effect will come when we will finally going to reach that oversold territory, break below 20, and of course see the amplification. It depends on how long we will spend our time right here in oversold, and the more oversold we're going to be, the worse, of course, it is going to be to everybody's portfolio. Okay, everybody's portfolios are gonna shrink. Go whoop. Yes, just like Mama put right now in the chat. Those who want to join our hangouts and 4 Zoom calls a month with Tom and myself, and hang out with me pretty much on a daily basis and in the Discord, and get to ask questions and all sorts of cool stuff we provide only for our members. Patreon, $10 a month, absolutely cheapest way to sign up to our community and actually take part in a whole bunch of really good events and tremendously valuable resources in general in terms of knowledge. And yeah, that is that. And I'm not gonna sell it because I'm not a good salesman, but it's great. I highly recommend it. There's a really good value there. Lots of good value. Also, it's limited in spots. Once it's locked, and then you're gonna have to pay $20 over Tom's Patreon as a minimum to join all that great stuff. All right. So ticker, we have time for another ticker. Come on, who's first? Another ticker. We have another ticker. Come on, another ticker. Let's do another ticker. Come on, Mamba. Really? No, we don't do BTC here. Mamba, BTC is... no. Uber. We do Uber. Let's do Uber. Where did... Johnny, where were you? We did ASML in the beginning. You'll have to rewatch. I'm sorry. There is no time to do ASML again. We started from ASML. You're gonna have to look at rewatch this because we've started with ASML and I'm gonna need to run soon to Tom's meeting, so we're not gonna redo ASML. Sorry. That's why it's important to join. No, I'm kidding. You guys have stuff to do. I totally get it. I absolutely understand. This is actually neat because look, Uber has an uptrend, which is even a blind man can see, right? Let's just kind of call it. Let's call it. Come on, thank you. No, what just happened? Thank you. Yes, thank you. That there's a discrepancy right there, obviously. Interesting. How does that work? Where's the highs? Yeah, that looks to be it. If anything. Again, I'm eyeballing it, which is should not be done unless you really know what you're doing. And I would even argue something funnier. I would argue that the bottom is actually probably identical and probably somewhere around here. So all of this is a secondary sort of, we're gonna do it's more like this. Bam! You see how this perfectly matches with all of these and all of that and all of that and all of this and all of this, and that means this is too high, so that means it should be probably below actually instead of above where I put it because I'm a moron. But yeah, that's probably it, if anything. So ta-da! Don't eyeball stuff at home, kids. Don't do what I just did at home. No, Johnny, I did ASML here. No, well, no, I did. No, I did ASML here as well. I did ASML. Tell him. Tell him. Tell Johnny. Johnny. This is the first time I hear. What? I wanted to hear. This is the first time I hear. What do you mean? We were not fair of Uber here. Able to join immediately. No worries. No worries. This will be still around. You can watch this later. I don't want to join. BTC gonna reach. Paper cut. It's gonna reach a gabillion dollars. Chiburashka jillions dollars. I'm squeezing the shit. Why not? Just training the strength. Be careful, man. Apple was first. Wait, we didn't do ASML. Am I completely off the rocker? We didn't do ASML. Anyways, I'm just wasting time. Let's do Uber here. I'm pretty sure. Who was here from the beginning? We did ASML. I'm sure we did ASML. Palantir, Apple, AMD. Did we not do ASML? Am I completely off the rocker? I probably am. Apple was first. All right. Completely off the rocker, I see. So we didn't do ASML? Okay. I'm bananas. Cool. Cool. Good to know. Alrighty. Send the doctor. The nice kind with the jacket that ties behind. Alrighty, so let's do this thing. Uber is not great. You're the top of the channel. You're testing it. Obviously, you're kind of intertwined with this thing. So, I mean, we saw that come into play right here before. You're going higher, you're going lower. This is basically, yeah, that's why I got wound up right there. No data? No data. Oh, shit, you're going down. Oh, boy. You going down, boy. You going down. Your 3 months, this is not a good way to start your 3 month. If your data ends up, which is not weird, if you think about the averages and how they're created, you can understand that your average here is freaking high. So yes, you're going to end up starting your stochastic inevitably going to create an average that starts stupid high, but you're already going into bearish. It's almost like as if it was not able to paint, of course, the previous cycle of the, because, well, no data to push, but it was still created based upon being linked to the overall market. So here you go. I mean, it really screws you over on the long run. So I would argue at least get prepared for a retesting of that 60-ish area and then a retest of that 50 area and then get back to me and I will tell you what I think. For now, near-term future is bleak. Sorry. Let me just remove all the crap so you can watch the thing a little better. But yeah, basically this is your channel. Ish. Of course, with some discrepancies. I kind of eyeballed it, so don't do this at home, kids. Yeah, you see this? You see this? This will hurt you. It will be not pleasant. SMR. We definitely don't have time for SMR. Hell no. We're not going to go SMR. We're going to do SML now real quick. SML because I'm a moron. What did I just do? There we go. So we're gonna do ASML real quick. Bum 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 bum. Give me this. Why do I have only one? I want my second linear regression. Please give me this. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. All right. I'm a moron. Moron. There we go. Okay, so ASML, I was saying basically the conclusion is that it's gonna fool you to if you're not gonna look at the right time frames, you're gonna sort of end up being too distracted by. So remember this, okay? Remember your downtrend. Remember you're in a downtrend, kinda, right? Like this, more or less ish. Remember that. But then when you switch to the other time frames, you see you are already starting to have some issues there with the bottom, and you are really are in a downtrend, so you're kind of already slipping. Your momentum is even not yet bearish, so even if you're gonna have some movement to the upside, which is some retest right here on the smaller time frames, right, giving you maybe these ranges, or as we said, probably sort of on a descending trend, maybe even this if you're lucky, like 820 if you're like super lucky. If anything, probably you're gonna be stuck within this. Let me show you. Let me just, if anything, you're gonna be stuck within this negative wedge that you're forming right here. Sorry for my inability to draw a freaking line normally, but that kind of thing, right? So I think that's what you're moving into, and you're gonna be sort of doing this until the market allows you to break. And if you're really gonna be lucky, as I said, you're gonna have still some enough bullish momentum to test this. And a very lucky is this, but how likely is this? Very not likely. I'm starting to see that most of the momentum is more bearish than bullish, so even that bullish momentum is very weak. And if anything, remember, you're basically moving within a channel to the downside, right? That is it. Yeah, like ASML, remember, if the entire market is heading to the downside, whatever, ASML is the place where all the manufacturers go, right? If you're gonna have this is ASML, and all the manufacturers go to it. Oh shit! All the manufacturers go to it, and they themselves are having a hard time because the market is having a hard time, and we have seen them all having a hard time, at least, or about to have a hard time. Guys, stop! Mamba, stop! No time. We're running out of time. Are you kidding me? We're about to adjourn this as is. So if they will have pain, this related to the S&P, right? Well, God damn it, Kenro, for my right. If this is related to the S&P, then you have all of this affecting it, these affecting it. So all of that with this affecting it, it all comes down to ASML. ASML will not be able to hold off this thing, basically. So the end of it all, it will get, if we're looking, so we're saying the market is going to break. We're seeing negativity from the S&P, from the indices. We're seeing the same negativity in the individual assets, that the weakness in them is going to overturn into ASML. ASML will start showing, instead of these very nice green reports, will start showing some red reports, which will affect the sentiment, and the market is already dropping, and it's all going to drag itself down, starting more or less an avalanche in which it's already is in. It's just that people are not willing to agree with it or accept it because it's unpleasant. It doesn't mean you're not going to have more highs before you break down. In fact, I argued you're probably going to retest the 800-ish area, near it, like 700 and something. Like, this is not a bottom unless we start dropping tomorrow, right? If the market starts dropping tomorrow, I mean, if we start dropping, it doesn't sound, if the overall market starts breaking tomorrow, ASML will break with it. It's that simple. Okay. Now, yeah, Mamba, that will have to wait for tomorrow. You'll have to remind me tomorrow. I'm sorry. It is what it is. We were running out of time. I need to get a drink myself before we go to Tom's Academy meeting. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's meeting. I know it was a bit short. Those who didn't get to watch it will be able to watch it later. Remember, it's all about the market right now, and the market right now is a nothing burger, and I believe it will be a nothing burger until we actually make it closer to election. Okay, that's just the sad reality. Even if it's gonna pretend to be volatile, it's all kind of like iffy. We're basically moving sideways, we can see. Even if this not this range, even if in this range, it's more or less sideways, right? It doesn't matter how much we zoom out, it's sideways. So hold your horses. Johnny, thank you very much. Much love to you back. Smash the like, ring the bell, make sure all of that great stuff. Sign up to the Patreon. This way you'll be able to join the Hangouts and have more access to me and more Zoom calls and great stuff. And that's it, boys and girls. I'll see you on the next one and on the Academy call with Tom in about 6 minutes. Bye bye.